Good morning, children. So let's start the first chapter of the evaluation 3, the means of transport. So children, we all know what are the means of transport. So means of transport is the transport system by which you travel from one place to another, right? So like when you come to school, you come by bus. So bus is the means of transport. So there are different means of transport you see on the roads, in the air, and also in the water. So there are different types of means of transport depending upon in the medium in which they are traveling or they are running on. All right. So let's start. In this chapter, you are going to learn about the different means of transport or different modes of transport. Okay, and you will be able to know that what means of transport you should use for traveling the short distance and what mode of transport or means of transport you should use for traveling the long distances. All right, and what are the new ways which are found nowadays for the means of transport. Now first question is here, how do you go to school, children? So there are many children who, if you are living nearby, do you need to go by bus? No. So you can go by the two-wheeler, you can go by auto or walking, if it is very, very close to you. So now you know that if you have to travel a short distance, you can travel by your bicycle, by the two-wheeler, by the auto, rickshaw, anything, or by walking on your foot. And if you have to travel a little longer distance, then you can use your the bus, the public transport. So that's the private bus we are using for the school. All right. So let's move ahead. We all travel for different reasons to see new places. Okay, to meet relatives who live in other cities, to study or to work. So right from the beginning, when you wake up, everybody has to travel. Somebody go to work, then they have to travel. We have to go to school, then they have to travel. So if we want to meet somebody, then we have to travel, isn't it? If we want to go to somebody's place, then we have to travel, right? So we also travel within our town or cities every day. Goods have to be sent from one place to another. So there are many items, food items or any item. So those materials and objects are called goods. So they are being sent from one place to another with the means of different modes of transport. How do we travel or send goods from one place to another? We use different means of transport. We choose our means of transport based on the distance we have to travel, okay, the time we want to spend on travel and the cost of traveling. So these are the 3 points which are very important. How do you choose your means of transport? We choose our means of transport depending upon the distance we need to travel, the time we want to spend on traveling, and the cost of traveling. Okay. So these are the 3 things. The distance, if it is very close by, I told you what all mode of transport we are going to use. If it is very far away, then you know what to do use. How much time we have to reach. Okay. So even if it is like not very far, you can go by bicycle or you can go walking, but you don't have time. You have to reach there very soon. Then you will use your vehicle, isn't it? You will use either your two-wheeler or car, even if it is very close by, but you have to reach there quickly. And the cost of traveling. Okay. Suppose you have to go to some other city, like you have to go to Delhi or Mumbai. You can go by train, but train takes longer time, isn't it? It will take a day. Yeah. But when you go by the flight, it will take like an hour or most maximum 2 hours. Okay, so if you can afford to go, or if you are really in hurry, then you should use this. All right. So moving ahead, so these are the 3 points on the basis of which we choose our means of transport. So what are the 3 points? The distance we need to travel, the time we want to spend on traveling, and also the cost of travel. I'm going to ask you this: what are the 3 points we need to choose? What are the 3 points? 3 basic points on which our means of transport is being decided or chosen. Right. The story of the wheel. This is important. Thousands of years ago, early humans walked from place to place in search of food and shelter. Okay, so they never had any there was no wheel. So since there was no wheel, so there was no vehicles, right? So they just used to walk everywhere, from place to place in search of food and shelter. So wherever they get food, they used to go. They carried what they needed on their own back or used animal to carry the load. However, they could not travel over long distances. They can't travel. Now, how much a person can walk? They get tired sometimes. They get hungry. Then they cook the food. And initially there was no cooking also, so they used to just search for the food. Wherever they used to get food, they used to stay. They used to take a halt. Now, early humans noticed that round objects such as logs of wood rolled easily. They could move even with a small push. Then they realized that if it is a log of wood, so log of wood, it is cylindrical, like it's a round shape. You just give a push and it will just move on its own. Perhaps they sliced a tree trunk, made holes in them, and used them as the first wheel. They probably made a cart with 2 even-sized pieces of wood. Now their carts move easily. The invention of the wheel had a great effect on humans. As time passed, humans improved the wheel they had discovered. So children, nowadays, so initially they cut the small part of the trunk part of a plant of a tree, and then with that part they sliced it and make 2 wheels, and then made the hole in the center, and they fixed the cart on it. Okay, so that's how it is like, we don't know, but we are just it's just our guessing that this might have happened like this. But nowadays what happened, you can see all sorts of wheels. So there are different types of wheels nowadays, different material, the metallic wheel, wooden wheel. There are different types of wheels which are found nowadays. So as the time passed, humans have improved the wheel they discovered. Today, vehicles can be fitted with different types and sizes of the wheels, and the wheels are made up of wood. Now please underline what are the different materials the wheels are made up of. So the wheels are made up of wood, steel, rubber, etc. And over time, vehicles have become much faster. Okay, so now the different types of, in this bicycle, in the bikes, you find the different types of wheels. The wheels with, it has the little thinner wheels, the thicker wheels, bigger wheels, smaller wheels, the wheels with less small grooves, the wheels with bigger grooves, The tractor wheel is such a big wheel, no? When you see the tractor wheel, they have big grooves. Grooves are the pattern, the design which are made on them. No, they make the different design on the wheel so that the surface of the wheel become rough and you get the grip on the land. When these grooves or the pattern, because of the excessive use of the wheels, the wear and tear happens and it becomes smooth. And when your wheel becomes smooth, then it might get skid or slip. It doesn't get proper grip on the land. Alright, so nowadays different types of wheels you get. Alright, so that's how people have, they are improving. Humans are improving. So children, these are all about the wheels. I'm going to send a small YouTube video to see. Okay. And in the next period, we are going to see different types of transport. So what are the different types of transport? So that we'll see the land transport, air transport, water transport, and then you have to draw all the transport system, everything. The land transport you have to draw 2, water transport 2, and air transport 2. So now after this video, I'm going to send a small YouTube video about the story of wheels or the invention of the wheels, and then I'll send you the hard words for this chapter. Okay, chalo, see you.